Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Eric and I like to read, and today I'm going to be going over new November book releases. So for those of you that don't know, I like to go over new books that are coming out in the month that's about to happen. Now, when you guys see this video, it's gonna probably actually be November 1st, exactly. So yeah, this is going to give you an intro to what is new that's coming out this month. And I am excited for quite a few of these. So I'm looking forward to sharing this with you guys. Also, if I don't mention any books that you have on your mind that you know are coming out this month and you're very excited about, then definitely tell me in the comments down below because I always like to know about all the new books. As you can see, I'm a little bit of a book collector. So yeah, I'm always down to find new good books to read. So definitely tell me. But yeah, let's just dive right into it and talk about the new ones coming this month. So the first one that I am super stoked about is Bloodmarked. Now, I read Legendborn, I think it was actually 2 years ago now that I've read Legendborn, and I loved that book. This was like a recommendation from Marcus. He told me I should pick this one up, and so I did because he had really enjoyed it. I also gave it 5 stars. It was fantastic. This one, for those of you that don't know, is like an Arthurian retelling, except it's kind of set in not exactly college, but it's like a midway point to college, but also not high school. It's kind of like a boarding school that's like set up like a college. And so this girl, Bree, is going to this school when she kind of discovers that there are like magical things happening that she can see, but others couldn't see it. And so from there, she kind of explores more into the inner workings of this school and things that are happening that are kind of like secrets. I want to say like a secret society, but anyways, it's something along those lines, and then it gets into it and dives into more of like the Arthurian legends and stuff like that. But it was such a good first book. I was so pumped, and I actually did this as a buddy read with Mo from the Roomies Digest. We read this together. We both gave it, I'm pretty sure, 5 stars. Like, I know I for sure gave it 5 stars. I think Mo gave it 5 stars. And I'm really looking forward to reading the next one. I've been excited for this book to come out for so long, and I'm really just wanting to dive back into that world and see what happens next. So yeah, this one's definitely one that is high up at the top of my list. Then I know a lot of you guys will be excited for this one. This is the new Sanderson book. This is coming out and it's called The Lost Metal. Now, I don't know much about this. I know it's part of the Mistborn series. That's all I really know. I have not even delved into the Mistborn series yet. I've been told by many people that I should dive into it, and I will hopefully make that commitment eventually. I don't know. Big fantasy series kind of intimidate me, but I know that a lot of people really like this series, and I've been told like it's really cool, and there's magic involving like ingesting metals, and it just sounds really cool. So I'm fairly certain I'm going to get into it eventually. But yeah, this new one is coming out for this, and I think this is like number 7 in the series. I don't know. There's a lot of books in this series. But anyways, I figured I would just highlight this one because I know a lot of you guys will be excited. This next one really intrigued me because it's a thriller, and I really enjoy thrillers. And this one is called Secluded Cabin Sleeps 6. And so this is essentially 3 different couples that go out to this like luxury secluded cabin that comes with like a hot tub. It comes with its own private chef. And so they get this as kind of like, I think it might be a birthday package for one of them, and they go out there to have some R&R, relax at the secluded cabin, and just have like a getaway weekend. So when they are there though, things start to kind of happen. So the chef kind of reveals some things about the past of this place. The host is actually a little more present than they were expecting, and so that's kind of getting in the way of their relaxation. There's some things going on with like all the people that are there. They have things that involve their past, and so those things are being brought to light while they're trying to enjoy their restful vacation. And somebody might just be a stranger amongst them that they don't know or are aware of. That's like what I got from the synopsis, and it seems very like ominous, and also I love secluded settings, so like yeah, it seems like something that I would enjoy. But yeah, so this one piqued my interest. Okay, this next one just sounds like quite ridiculous and also like a Taylor Swift song. So I was like, I have to share it. So this is called Never Ever Getting Back Together. And the premise of this one is so odd. So I guess the ex boyfriend invites these two girls who both dated him on this like reality TV show where I guess when you go to this show, it's kind of like you're coming on this show to potentially rekindle your love with the person that is your ex. And so the two girls agree to go on this show, but then end up falling for each other instead of the ex boyfriend. And so from there, who knows what's going to happen, but that sounds awesome. It sounds like it's going to be like a very fun, like rom com with lots of like different things that happen, and it's also like a reality TV show setting. I personally love reality TV show. I'm obsessed. So I think this would be hilarious and just like such a fun quick read. So I thought I would mention this one here for you guys so that if you do like reality TV, then like this sounds like the perfect one for you. Okay, this next one sounds really good. I'm going to read you guys the synopsis for this one because I cannot do it justice, but it sounds fantastic. And so this one is called The Ones We Burn. So this is what it says. Renka is tired of death. All she wants now is to be left alone, living out her days in Wichik's wild north with the coven that raised her, attempting to forget the horrors of her past. But when she is named Bloodwyn, the next treaty bride to the human kingdom of Isidol, her coven sends her south with a single directive: kill him. Easy enough for a blood witch whose magic compels her to kill. Except the prince is gentle, kind, and terrified of her. He doesn't want to marry Ranka. He doesn't want to be king at all, and it's his sister, the wickedly smart, infuriatingly beautiful Princess Aramis, who seems to be the real threat. But when the witches start turning up dead, murdered by a mysterious magical plague, Aramis makes Ranka an offer: help her develop a cure, and in return, she'll help Ranka learn to contain her deadly magic. As the coup draws near and the plague spreads, Ranka is forced to question everything she thought she knew about her power, her past, and who she's meant to fight for. Soon she will have to decide between the coven that raised her and the princess who sees beyond the monster they shaped her to be. But as the bodies pile up, a monster may be exactly what they need. That sounds amazing. I think that that's going to be a fantastic book. I don't know why, but the princess is giving me like Azula vibes. And if you don't know, Azula is like a firecracker character from Avatar. Yeah, she's just, it's giving me those vibes. So I feel like it's going to be really fun to follow along with this character. And also a blood witch. Like, that's so cool. I think this is going to be like a really fascinating book and something to keep your eye out for. Then we have the second part to the Celestial Kingdom duology, and that is Heart of the Sun Warrior. So I don't know too much about it because I haven't read the first book yet. I do have it. It's right there on the shelf. But yeah, this one's coming out in November. I should probably pick it up so that I have the matching set of the duology on the shelf. But yeah, I love the covers of these books too. They're super stunning. And so yeah, I figured I would just mention this one quickly because it's coming out. Another book that's coming out this month, which I usually don't like nonfiction that much, but this one really stood out to me because, I mean, I have a connection to the character that was the focus of this book. So this is called Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing, and it's focused on Matthew Perry, who played Chandler in Friends. I watched all of Friends through when I was in college. I never actually watched it when it was like originally airing, but when it hit Netflix, I binged that like crazy. And I loved it. It was such a good show. It was so much fun. And Chandler was a really like big character on that show. And so to now hear about his memoir coming out, about all the things that he dealt with, like such as substance abuse while filming the show, it's just, it's like, it's very intense and it sounds like it's going to be a very emotional read. And I actually would be interested to find out like more about Matthew Perry's life and what he went through during that filming process. I actually just did read another nonfiction book, which I will talk about in my wrap up. But yeah, I have some thoughts on that one as well. Okay, I only have two more left. The next one is called The DoOver. And so this is following a character who keeps reliving Valentine's Day over and over again. They're stuck in a time loop and they keep reliving this horrible Valentine's Day where their boyfriend cheats on them, and they have to do it over and over again. They keep running into their friend named Nick, quite literally running into them, and much more happens throughout this day. This one intrigues me because I really like books that are like involving time or like a time relative timeline. I just like things that involve that. I really liked the book Before I Fall, which was also a time loop. Whenever it comes to like movies and stuff, like I love watching movies with time loops and like how they like figure out what to do and get out of this like loop that they're in. I don't know. Something about like just the concept of time in general is just really fascinating to me. So I think that this one will be fun. This one seems like it's gonna be more like on the lighter side, not as like in depth into like the time theories and all that stuff. But I still think it's gonna be a lot of fun, and yeah, just like a fun rom-com about a crappy Valentine's Day. Okay, the last one we have on our list is called The Luminaries, and this one sounds really cool. So this is the synopsis. Hemlock Falls isn't like the other towns. You won't find it on a map, your phone won't work here, and the forest outside town might just kill you. Winnie Wednesday wants nothing more than to join the Luminaries, the ancient order that protects Winnie's town, and the rest of the humanity from the monsters and nightmares that rise in the forest of Hemlock Falls every night. Ever since her father was exposed as a witch and a traitor, Winnie and her family have been shunned. But on her 16th birthday, she can take the deadly Luminary Hunter trials and prove herself true and loyal and restore her family's good name. Or die trying. But in order to survive, Winnie enlists the help of the one person who can help her train, Jay Friday, resident bad boy and Winnie's ex-best friend. While Jay might be the most promising new hunter in Hemlock Falls, he also seems to know more about the nightmares of the forest than he should. Together, he and Winnie will discover a danger lurking in the forest no one in Hemlock Falls is prepared for. Not all monsters can be slain, and not all nightmares are confined to the dark. So yeah, like that sounds pretty interesting. It reminds me of the movie The Village, because that's also kind of like a secluded village setting with things that are happening in the forest surrounding the village. I think it's going to be a little different than that outcome, but I also find it interesting that they're like Winnie Wednesday, Jay Friday. Like, what is their fascination with using days of the weeks as names? I'm curious on that one. But anyways, these are all the books that I noticed that are coming out in November that I thought were quite interesting and I wanted to share with you guys. Like I said earlier, let me know if there are any other ones that you can think of that are coming out this month, and tell me in the comments down below. If you guys want to support me, I have a Patreon and a Ko-fi page, which I will put in the description down below, as well as a link to buy my bookmarks. You guys know the drill. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell notification button so you get notified when I post new videos. I post my videos on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Until next time, keep on reading.